Welcome to the second match of today's event. And ladies and gentlemen, what a beautiful tournament this has been so far. Now, definitely we've seen the way Tamil Nadu has performed yesterday. We'll be really confident about today's match. They are batting first today, up against a side will definitely be trying to make a mark.
Tamil Nadu is playing and who is playing against?
It's a national T20 championship.
Yes.
And Sayakas are the two batters. Remember what they did yesterday. They went bang bang from ball number 1. Something that you expect from them today as well. That's an exciting part of this T10 cricket, that you get a very little opportunity as a batter, but every time you get it, you try to make it big. And you don't have to play an innings of a 50 or a 60. It's okay to be as impactful as you can be with your 30s or 20s. That's the beauty of this form of the game. The power play is on. The Karnataka team will be trying to make a mark, and joining me is Mr. Trilochan Rao, the retired commander in Navy. Sir, so fortunate to have you, sir. The first thing that I'd like to ask you about this tournament is, how do you see this tournament? How do you see this approach first?
Thank you, Gaurav, giving me this opportunity to speak to you all. This is the first time I'm seeing a T20 national level tournament for the deaf and dumb cricketers, and this is the first sort of a edition being played in Odisha, and as a matter of pride for the all ODIs. And I've never seen cricket happening live this close, so it's a really great experience for me. And I'm sitting beside the commentary box, getting all the live updates. Thank you.
Wonderful. You know, since you come from a background of Navy, of course, achieving so much in your life, you know everything about what challenge means, what dedication means. When you look at these players, coming to this sort of a class, in fact, there is a boundary now, so we'll talk about that. Brilliant shot, not the best of the fielding, so definitely a boundary. So coming back to the fact that that the challenge, the dedication, everything that these players also bring onto the table, it's quite remarkable, isn't it?
Definitely, like sports is one event or a field where self-discipline is so very important for a player when they are actually being groomed or they aspire to become great sportsmen. And that can be very much seen on the field out here. Everybody is playing in a very spirited manner, and they're all professionals. We rarely see deaf and dumb cricketers playing this way. Not many people in the witness box, but to see them is a great occasion. They are all great players, I guess, and they have put in a lot of hard work to be here, to be representing their state and playing this national today here. Thank you.
Yes, the other thing is that the kind of cricket, I mean, you, of course, cricket is wonderful and cricket for a good cause is wonderful too. But, if you look at these players, they're very fit. They're very, try to be as, bringing in that competition as fluently as possible. And that is something that is more exciting to see, because in none of the angles they look like anything different. So it's about giving them the opportunity, and then trying to find out the fact that these guys are no less than anyone else in the world.
Yeah, that's correct. All of the players out there on the field are quite fit. They're up and running, and they're scoring runs. And the fielders are also doing a great job, I guess. And there goes another 4 missed by the wicket keeper with a whisker. And coming back, yes, I was talking about self-discipline, which is so very important, and also it inculcates team spirit, which is so very important anywhere to become successful, because no individual can succeed on his own. Everybody requires somebody or a team, and here we see they are playing as a team. So playing as a team brings camaraderie, so very important in corporate world also today, if you are looking at success in a big way.
Fantastic. It was there's another delivery. Really well ball, express pace, another single will be taken. Wicketkeeper not doing a great job at this point in time. We'll come back to Sir. Sir, of course, I was talking about fitness. Looks like you are one of the fittest person in the world right now.
Not exactly. Compliments to Gaurav. He's just seeing me from the outside. However, to be out on the field, you need to be really, really fit. You have to be up and running from morning 5. You have to have a fitness regime. You should be doing structured events to keep yourself fit. And being in Fauj, I could only say that yes, personal fitness is your personal agenda, and you should really take care of it to be in the game. Thank you.
Wonderful. And wonderful are these players as well. Every time you get cricket and every time you get tournaments like this, it just brings out some special talent. Oh, that's up in the air then. What a good catch this is. That does bring up the first wicket. Delighted are the players, delighted are the fielders. That looks like a good catch.
Absolutely. The player picked it up at the last moment with hands raised all up. Great catch. And everybody is with the one who caught the ball and applauding him.
Exciting catch indeed. We've seen some magic on the field yesterday. We are witnessing that today as well. The first wicket has gone down, and it's a big wicket. Sayakas is going to go back. It's 14 for 1 in fact. We'd like to say thank you to Mr. Trilochan Raut for joining us. And yes, coming back to this match, one thing you can see from the Tamil Nadu unit is that they will be definitely getting some runs early on. That is exactly what the idea is from Tamil Nadu team. The Karnataka will try to stop it. Both teams from South India down the leg side or wide. "24 for 1, third over. Exciting game of cricket going on. Karnataka too has some wonderful fast bowlers. As you can see, Karnataka team will definitely try to lash on the opportunity, especially with the new ball. You can see the intent from ball number 1 from the bowling side. Don't say a lot about intent every time you talk about that in the T10 form. It is called a batsman's game, but these are the bowlers who make sure that this doesn't become the batsman's game. Only good thing about this so far is that they come back very, very well after, losing that first wicket. It's not been the hottest of the days. The weather is good. That is something that can bring out one of the best of crickets possible. Another single. So they will try to be leading on the fact that they already have 26 runs on the board. This is the last ball of the third over, and interestingly they've got those runs without taking any risk whatsoever, and that is why this partnership looks great to me. This time, it is going down the leg side. I have to say that. Pretty optimistic from the bowler. Umpire knows every bit of what is happening out there. 3 overs done. It's 26 for 1. Start of the fourth over, and we have a spinner named Shoaib Mahmood, straight away keeping it in the right areas. Just to remind you everything about this tournament again, IDCA 7th edition, the T20, the National T20 Championship, might open the gates for you for T20 World Cup if you perform here. That is the message to all the players. And Odisha is hosting it for the very first time. And it has been significantly good. ODCA has done wonderfully well to make sure that this becomes a successful tournament. And really leaving no stone behind. I'm going to thank each and every one who's part and parcel of this, organizing this tournament, starting with IDCA, the members, of course ODCA, and trying very hard to make sure that everything becomes perfect. And the streaming has been fantastic so far too. That's outside the off stump. Not the best of the timing on that. So third comes into play. He wants a double out of that. He gets a double out of that. More runs. Time to thank our sponsors as well. KFC India, Hero Motor Comp, Impact Research and Measurement, Nika, Airtel 5G Plus, Cell, Rourkela Steel Plant, Cognito, and Kaizen. And what about the local support? It's from Odisha Cricket Association, EATCO, Ruchi Spices, and the State Bank of India. So I'd like to say thank you to everyone who was part and parcel of this and making sure that this tournament becomes a very successful one. This is the second day of it. And coming back to the dismissal of Right, 5 overs to go now. 35 for 3 the score. In the last 5 overs, they have to make it big now. They've already lost 3 wickets. So, you know, every time you play something like this, you know that it's less about caring for your wickets and more about exposing them to get the most of your batting. You don't carry it to the next match. 2 fielders outside the circle on the offside, but that becomes a very straight line. So the message is clear from the bowler that every time you get the big one, you should be making sure that you hit it over cover, maybe over long off, and definitely over or to the mid wicket or long on. So that is why he's kept a field like that and is bowling to his field. Remember, he's the one who picked up a wicket in the last over. Shoaib Mahmood. This is the second over of his spell and looks like he's picked the spot well. Brilliantly bowled again. No chance for any batter to pick that up and get a boundary. This excellent bit of bowling going on from 1 point. And the idea is, of course, I was mentioning about the fact that this becomes one of the games where it is, we'll talk about that on the shorter side. Yes, so every time we talk about cricket, we talk about bat versus ball, but most of the time in modern day cricket, it has become my bat versus your bat. So good to see in some of the matches, at least we can see real contest between bat and ball. That is exciting to see. One of the reasons why this can be a great tournament. Steps out, hits it for a single and comes back to the other end. That's one way of doing it. Sudarshan, remember he was a player of the match yesterday. So man in form, of course, will come in and will bowl his lovely doubly up spin with a bit of Ravi Chandran Ashwin kind of action. I wanted to smash it, absolutely smash it. Didn't quite manage to do that. Misfield from the wicketkeeper. The wicketkeeper has not had a great day so far. Missed quite a few deliveries. This is the latest of the delivery. And that's the end of this over. 6 overs done. It's 40 for 3. Time for the 7th over. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at the score again. 40 for 3. Karnataka has done everything possible to make sure that they come good against Tamil Nadu. Need to finish well here. Look what has happened in the last match. It was all about not finishing the match well, because most of the time it was Gujarat was ahead in the match. Left-hander on strike. Lithamas. Missed by the wicketkeeper again. That has been the story of the match so far. It's not about the batsman of Tamil Nadu. It's the wicketkeeper of Karnataka, which has actually let the team a little bit down, I have to say that. He's not happy at all, the bowler. He is not happy. Umpires having a lot of discussion with two of the fielders, with the batsmen as well. maybe discussing about everything that is required to be on the norm of the field. Right, sunshine. What a day to have a tournament like this. First match done and dusted. Move on to the second. The first half of the first innings is done. We're moving on to the second, and the excitement is on. Anush Shetty has given 5 runs without, to be honest, a lot of mistake of his. Got to be a little more careful as a wicketkeeper now. Maybe judging the pace of the ball and the bounce of the ball is a problem. Inside is, but hit it straight there. Not the best of the timing. Wanted to hit it way squarer than that, probably to the cow corner region, because there is a fielder at deep mid wicket, there is a fielder at square leg, which is in front of square, and that is definitely a long on. So he's trying to beat the field there. Let's see if he can do that. The angle is going to help him because he's going around the wicket to the left-hander, and that's the reason why he wants the long on to be very fine. Now the long on is back, and he say, I don't need a deep square leg, no short ball please. The message is clear. It has to be full. He can't go short. So he might bring that last. Nicely bowled. Equally well played for a single though. Yeah, so every time you got a field like this, it might bring something like, you know, this 360 game, the Surya Kumar Yadav game maybe. Yeah, that's what he's looking at. Fielder inside the circle on the onside, the short fine leg. He wants to go over that. He has gone over that. Double from that. Looking at the last match, they'll be thinking to get somewhere near 90 here. And to do that, you really have to go to the 5th gear. They're still in the first or the second, and it's that format of the game where more often than not you really have to go for the 5th gear yourself. Round the wicket again. This time the square leg is back, and the third man is brought inside the circle. Where is the uppercut? No, it's full and wide, and way too wide, calls the umpire. It's a different art form. If you look at what Anush Shetty is trying to do here, and I call it an art form because he's coming in at the 7th over and he's producing something magical here. That's up in the air, not timed well at all. Still will get a single. Where are the big shots? Where are the 4s and the 6s? It has been a lot of blank fire from Tamil Nadu. One of the strongest sides of the tournament, Tamil Nadu. So when you do something special against them, it just gives a message to the rest of the oppositions, rest of the sides, that we are here to win. And Karnataka is doing that here. The first half is done and dusted. It's all about the second half now. Two fielders outside the circle on the offside. Straight away the fielder at long off will come into play. Brilliant bowling this. Knowing everything about the game and playing accordingly. This is T10 cricket at its best if you are a bowler. Anush Shetty is showing an example of how you should bowl at the death. How you should be conquering against a batting unit who knows how to fire. Fantastic to see that from Anush, clearly making a mark, and the selectors will be watching him closely. A lot of pace, but knows how to put it in the right areas. Oh, hello. It's been that kind of a day. You might not do anything that is bad for the side, but there is someone at the other end who is not having a great day on the field. The wicket keeper. Another miss from him. Another miss from him, and I have to say that whatever the runs are, 56 now. Most of the runs have come because wicketkeeper has not taken it right. You have to really look at that. The team management will be thinking about it properly. They will be that is worrisome to me. I mean, that's the point that I was trying to make. Now look what the same batter can do. He can go over the top of the fielder and take a single on that. Exciting game of cricket. And another exciting over that comes to an end. 7 overs done, 57 per 3. Don't go anywhere because the last 3 overs are going to be big ones. Time for the 8th. And we have Krishnanatha to come in to bowl his second over. Interestingly, he has given the opportunity in the 8th over and has the ability to bowl well at the death as well. We've seen that before. Another single. Another single, and interestingly, it has become a game of singles from the last 3 overs. It has to be a little more than that, a lot more than that if I'm not being that moderate. 60 for 3. My right handed also. Hoik to the mid wicket, but only for a single. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the bowling side and look at the way they have performed, you have to say that they are one of the strong contenders to win the match, Karnataka. And remember, they're bowling to a side which has performed really well in the first match. କହିଲା ବେଳେ ଆଉ ତାହେଲେ ଏମିତି ସେ ହେଇଯିବ ସେମିତି ଆଉ ହଁ ହଁ ପଠେଇଦେବେ ସବୁ ପଠେଇଦେବେ ତାପରେ 62 for 3, ladies and gentlemen. Goes up. Only a single. A little ray of hope is still there because Lithumus is batting, and he's batting beautifully today. 22 from 16. It's the strike rate of Sudarshan who was a player of the match in the last match, is worrisome. Now what he's doing is eaten off a lot of deliveries, and actually has not given a lot of cushion to himself, because he's going to bowl and he will have the responsibility to do that. Brilliantly played again. Deep fielder dives and stops it. Well, it is a very mysterious fielding unit so far, Karnataka, because 10 of them today has been brilliant on the field. Only one of them has not been at his best today. Maybe one off day, you can say. It's the wicketkeeper. He's the most important man of the side. You know, every time you take the field, you know that the wicketkeeper is the most important one. He's taken the aerial route and hits it in the gap. That is a significant shot for a boundary. Now, what is important here was to find the gap of that, and more important was to place it in front of square, not behind square. He did that. And again, this time through the offside. Another gorgeous shot, for just one though. 71 for 3. Time for the 9th over. That's the only shot that they're looking. One of, in fact, two of the shots. One is, of course, the hike over mid wicket, or trying to be as quick as possible to make sure that you can hit it over the fielder's head on the offside. So two shots. One that slog sweep. The other is towards the cover. Nice shot, nice shot. Brings another run to the total. Already got 73. Remember, 77 was taken to the last over. It's a different thing that the batting side could manage to win it, but look like a total that you can defend if you have a bowling attack. Oh, hello, it has gone for a magnificent shot. You know, yes, you can sense that it was a chance there, but the execution on that shot, the idea of the shot too, was perfect. It was a full length delivery. That's the only place he could have hit the ball. And it has gone over the fielder's head. The fielder tried his best, diving in front. Oh, swept hard. Fielder at square leg comes into play and brings up another single. Let's talk a lot about the kind of bowlers Karnataka has. It looks like a good bowling unit. Oh, meanwhile, they've taken another on out of that. Where does that come from? Stealing a single is a very important job in this form of the game too. These are the examples. Umpire's not happy with something. Maybe again with the fact that there's something wrong with that particular side of the ground near the wicket. May not be as firm as you expect it to be. And coming back to the bowling unit of Karnataka, one thing is so good about them is that the fast bowlers know, all the fast bowlers in fact, they know that it's a wicket where you have to be full and straight most of the time, and this is exactly what they have done, full and straight 95% of the time. When the spinners comes in, they also decided that it is now our time to make it big by giving a little bit of flight, because they have not scored a lot of runs, so we can take our chance. If you pick wickets, it's fine. If you don't pick up wickets, we can come back to the length balls, or I'll say the balls that are really straight, and more importantly, not giving any width, and of course taking care of the pace too. That is why it's a very dangerous side, Karnataka. Up against a very strong side, Tamil Nadu. Down south, both the sides. The first match was between the teams from the west of India, Gujarat, Maharashtra. This time it's down south. Let's see who comes victorious. Last night, the teams from the east couldn't quite make a mark. You talk about Odisha, you talk about Bengal. They're on the losing side. Again, there is a chance, or there is a half chance that was not taken. 2 runs to be taken though from that. Bowler's not happy with it. Wants a bit of change in the field. He wants just a bit of swapping there. The fielder at the short fine, and the fielder at the short third. That's swapped. Full, very full, and not have we seen that before. I mean, you can't even say that you're surprised, because again an error of judgment from the wicketkeeper. This is turning out to be a splendid partnership, with 24 from Sudarshan and Lithamus batting on 28 from 20, both with good strike rates. Good revival this. Last over of this, and they know every bit of what's required. This time it's taken though. So the partnership that I was talking about is finally broken. But they have done the job that is required. Sudarshan has done everything possible to make sure that his strike rate becomes better, and he contributes with his bat too. Remember, he's going to come and bowl as well. He was the player of the match last time. Wanted to hit it over long on, didn't quite manage to do that. The fielder at long on running in and judging the catch well and taking it. Making sure that they can have a difference of 5-10 more runs. You never know, it can happen. So another wicket has gone down. It's 90 for 4. 2 deliveries to go, 90 on the board. And Prithviraj making sure that these 2 delivery will not give him a lot of runs. Eventually they have to chase this down. Let's see how Karnataka comes in and chase this target. That's a different aspect. 2 more deliveries to go. 5th ball. Powerful shot. 1 is on. What about double? Well, they're coming back for the second. And they've got it. Tamil Nadu yesterday were playing a different game of cricket. It was a bed of roses for them. Today, it's not quite that. Last ball. Again in that same region. Again a single. They have to come back for the second. They don't think about the run out. And they've done it in style too. Example of running between the wicket. Example of not getting the boundaries yet going to a target where they can give something to their bowlers. Well, this is good comeback from Tamil Nadu. So that tells you that 94 for 5 is something that they have scored. The target will be 95. Let's see how Karnataka goes about their business. We'll come back after a few minutes. 15 for 1 in 3 overs. They've contained the runs, Tamil Nadu. That's their strength. Once the bowlers give, once the batters give something, then Tamil Nadu try to lash on the opportunity, especially the bowlers. Now the spinners will come and do their job as well. Meanwhile, they've taken 2 runs. In fact, it's a run-out chance. He's not happy with it. The batter is still in disbelief. But, my dear friend, the scoreline will definitely say it's 15 for 1. He has to go back. He has to go back to the pavilion. Take a look at that. He was a bit sloppy on that occasion. Could have been a little quicker. But what about the umpire? Eagle eye. Knew exactly what was meant on that particular occasion. Let's take a look at little slowly now. Could anything have been different? It doesn't look like to the set of replays that I got. Looks short from here. Yeah, looks short maybe. There we go. They've drawn the first blot then. Karnataka has lost the second wicket. The second blot drawn, to be honest, not the first. So 16 for 2. And they have a mountain to climb. Brilliant delivery this from Jesh Raj. Bowling the third. Karnataka 16 for 2. Showed everything possible with the ball. Brilliant there on the field as well. Apart from, of course, the wicketkeeper. We can have a bad day. That's a different thing. So let's move on from that. But in the third dimension, that is batting here. Didn't quite make a mark. Early days, you never know, anything can happen. But look at the line, look at the length. Again a chance of a run out. Wicket keeper. What has he done? As he brought it back, little slower than that was required, my dear friend. Could have been another run out. Could have been another run out. Could have been trouble for the batter. That is not to be. Interesting display of bowling here. They're bowling on the stumps. They're forcing the batter to do anything possible on the onside and don't think about the offside. So if you have to get it around that deep point, backward point, or maybe that sweeper region, you got to be really special because they do have a fielder at the deep as well on the offside, the deep cover. So that is deep cover. There are 2 fielders in the same region as well. So very particular about the line and length. Another single from that IDCA's 7th edition, this, the T20 National T20 Championship. And the great thing about this is not just the kind of cricket we're going to get. Of course, it's a fantastic tournament. There are special players. And the kind of cricket as we saw in the first, we are going to witness that in the second. Till now it has been fantastic, but more than anything else, he has hit that over the fielder's head. Didn't quite had the intention to go on the offside. He wanted to go on the onside. He'll get 2 more runs here. Appeal, but umpire's unmoved. Well, coming back to the thing about the performance from this will be taken very seriously because it can open the gate for you if you want to be one of the players in a T20 World Cup coming in December this year. So for December, the T20 World Cup at Qatar, and this is the opening of the gate. You can knock the door, you can almost break it down. So everything depends on you and the way you perform. So everything to play for. That's another aspect about why this tournament is so important. Of course, apart from that, bringing new talents, making sure that you build a team. Then, of course, we have different kinds of tournaments, like the longer tournaments, longer form of the tournaments. We have days cricket or something like that. So each and every time a tournament like this comes in, it just gives something to the players to show what they're actually made up. You know, you play in front of the camera. Oh, cracker up a shot. Cracker up a shot. Bit of football skills. Bit of Lionel Messi there. 2 runs. Yeah. Lionel Messi. Football skills. I always, ask this question to myself every time I was a child. Why do cricketers play football? I've never seen a footballer playing cricket. Now you realize, when you grow up, you realize that the skill of football actually comes into play when you play cricket. You talk about the greats, first starting with MS Dhoni. The kind of skill he brings to cricket actually has come from football. He doesn't look like a traditional wicket keeper. He doesn't look like a wicket keeper who will receive the ball. He uses his legs, he uses his hands like he's stopping a football, something like that. So he actually keeps wicket like a goalkeeper. Just like that, fielders at the outfield, when you don't have a lot of time to bend down and use your hands, you can actually use your legs to do that. Play and a miss on the shorter side. The shot was on, the execution was not. Yeah, so that's the reason why you see a lot of cricketers loving the game of football. You see openly the likes of Virat Kohli saying how they love football, and every time they will have something around that. Another play and a miss. The world cricket is divided by so many opinions about who is one of the greatest cricketers to play, who is the greatest cricketer, who is the greatest batter, bowler, something like that. We have the world of football divided in 2 groups. Who is the better player between Lionel Messi and, of course, Ronaldo? That is subjective again, just like the run-outs when bowler completes the run-up. Oh, over the top! That's a remarkable shot. But just keeps 2 runs. I'm very surprised with the outfield there. I thought we'll get more runs from that. Quite managed to do that. This is 2 runs taken. Again, coming back to the same point, that it's always great to be in a place where people compare you with someone else. And that is because you are excellent, not because of something else. So excellency and the comparison of it actually makes you a better player. Something that these players will be trying to do as well. Full toss. He was looking to hit that somewhere near, maybe out of Joy the Beer or somewhere near that. There's no point hitting it that far. Probably would have hit it straighter with a sweeter timing, with a straighter bat. That's how it was on. End of this over. It's 25 for 2. Right then. Style with substance. That's the need of the hour. This guy, it's something else. Sanit batting on 13 from 16. He's thinking about one thing. He just want to hit the cricket ball hard. Just want to hit it as hard as possible. A lot of Saeed Afridi in his batting. Again a play and a miss. We'll take a single from that. Yeah, coming back to using the height to a good effect if you're a spinner. Yes, you can do that when you actually load yourself properly. You have to be a little more accurate and have to give it all as a spinner. Bend yourself a little more, maybe use that backhand, the non-bowling hand a little more, like that. Something that these guys will be taking seriously. I think the team management and the coaches will be watching them, and this is a very important message. He hits that Peasley. Oh, fielder almost got onto it. I thought he's going to take that catch. Didn't quite manage to do that. Single from it. Extraordinary piece of comeback this for Tamil Nadu with the ball. I thought they're going nowhere with the bat. They managed to get some runs now, making it tough for the opposition. Shot aside, that's the only place. I mean, maybe cover, maybe long on, but if you look at his bat properly, he just loves to close the face of the bat. Sanith again taking that single. 13 from 17, not the strike rate you want to be in. Not the strike rate, definitely not. You have to just make up for it with some boundaries. And again, that's the direction. Had there been had there been any rule on keeping all the fielders on one direction, I'm absolutely sure that for Sanith, they will put all the fielders from deep mid wicket to long on. This time he's hit that up Peasley and it's taken. Eventually that had to happen because that's the only shot that he was trying to play. Just hit it over mid wicket. Again close the face of the bat. A lot before that was required. A very good catch in the end and a wicket when it mattered for Tamil Nadu. Have a look at that. Outside the off stump. He wanted to hit it out of Jaidev Bihar, I tell you. All he could manage is to hit it very near to that wicket. And a fielder, just the wicket, just the catch. And that's how they have got another wicket. It's 36 for 3. They still have a long way to go. Final over has to be a game of just finishing the formalities. A lot of runs remaining, 50 of them. Would have thought that Tamil Nadu will make it this difficult for Karnataka. First, I thought that Tamil Nadu was not playing that well in this match, but they knew exactly what they're up to. A wonderful team. Everything that they're doing Tamil Nadu at this point in time is clicking out, whether on the field, so many things that they're doing so well. Here they're doing wonderfully well. Of course, there's some great personalities coming from Tamil Nadu, making the country proud. You know, you can't just keep on naming them. All right, final over. Let's see if they can go slightly closer to the target. Not quite, not when you face a lot of dot deliveries. Murugan has looked very good in the first over and has tried to look the same in the second. Five more deliveries. Pushed it on the back foot. That looks like a good shot. 2 runs to be taken from that. They also know that eventually one day it will become a game of net run rates, and hence the urgency, the sense of urgency you can see from these players as well, as far as running between the wicket is concerned. They fall behind. They didn't get the big shots when required. But now, not a lot left in this match. Matter of 4 deliveries again. Clean him up. Clean him up. Murugan has never let this line go and is rewarded with a wicket. It's so fascinating to see in a game of batters hitting 4 sixes, 5 sixes in an over. Here is a bowler who is confident about his skills and making a lot of difference. As I just told you, has not led the stump at all, and you get reverse when you do that. Another wicket has gone down, and they're falling apart, Karnataka with the bat. Again full, another single taken. Every time these two teams play, these two states play, they bring up something or the other. And something that you can see from this match as well. Murugan has been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Slapped it. Guess what? Not more than a single. Has been the story of the second innings. The permutations, combinations have not worked. Look how hungry he is. He wants another wicket, wants the longer fielder to come inside the circle. He's got a bit of bat. And looks like he's picked up another wicket or something like that. But whatever it is, the bottom line is that Tamil Nadu have won this match. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 2-2 for them. In the first match, it was the skill with the bat. In this match, it was the bowlers with contaminated effort. with monumental effort, with whatnot to make sure that this becomes their game. Well, this tournament has been alive, set alive by Tamil Nadu, and the way they have performed deserves every bit of their celebration. Thanking and shaking hands with each other, that's a mere formality, but anything that is great about this is Tamil Nadu have won this match, and they are now on the top of the table with 2 wins from 2 games. Fantastic. There's another match coming up tomorrow.